Hi, everyone. So, thank you for showing up to lesson 4 of my content drip planning course. A quick review of what we've discussed last week. So, last week, and I have lots of notes for today. So, just so you know, I might be looking down a lot. Anyway, last week we discussed the 3 parts of the marketing cycle and how to apply them. Those 3 parts were lesson 1, introduction, introducing yourself and building relationships. Lesson 2, giving value to your audience by teaching them what they need to know or have before they can work with you or purchase from you. And lesson 3, Friday's lesson, was about selling to your audience and using calls to action. So all 3 of the lessons are important to email marketing. So if you haven't, if you're behind, I definitely recommend going back and watching them because they will definitely help you out with a lot of the different things we're going to be talking about today. So let's see. When it comes to email marketing, you have about 4 email types, all right? So there's the introductory email or nurture sequence when it comes to building a relationship. The freebie opt-in value giving sequence for educating your email list and staying relevant in their inbox. Then there is the selling or launch drip sequence. So that kind of goes over the 3 topics we talked about last week. But then there's the 4th one, and this one is more geared toward service to your clients and your customers, and it is the thank you for your purchase and review request sequence. So that goes into basically your customer, hold on, your, it goes into your, I'm going to say the wrong word. So it's not customer service, it's experience. Thank you. So that goes into your whole customer experience. And customer experience and customer service are 2 different things. And I'll talk about that a little bit more later. But so before we delve too deeply down the rabbit hole of all of that, I want to first discuss a question that I received from Susan on whether or not email marketing is worth it. I put out a few posts asking for people to let me know what they want to know about email marketing, and Susan's was that one. It was, is email marketing worth it? She's a jewelry seller. She works through a network marketing company selling their jewelry, and for her, she's trying to understand if it's worth it for her because she doesn't, necessarily have her own website or her own product that she's created. So for her, and she's selling a product. So I find a lot of product people have this question more so than those who are selling a service. But the thing is, even as a product person or even as a service provider who does like in-person services, having an email list is super, super important. And so that's what we're going to talk about first. So here is why email marketing is so important for any business, whether it's brick and mortar, service-based, or product-based. You do not own your social media following. If something should happen to Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, Pinterest, or any of the other platforms that you may be a part of that you do your marketing through, you lose your entire following. So say Facebook is updating and you can't get anything out there. your audience isn't seeing you as they should be. Or let's say by some weird fluke that Facebook or Instagram or any of those websites were to shut down, like they no longer existed anymore, right? Well, it's not often that that happens, it happens. So if that were to happen, you lose your following. You no longer have anyone who's following you, and you have to start all over. You have to find a new system for acquiring followers and connecting with people. However, when it comes to an email list, you own it. That email list is yours to do with as you please. Of course, you do have to inform your audience via the terms of service, or not terms of service, but your terms. And it's, most people would prefer that you not sell it to somebody else, but it does belong to you. And if you inform your followers that there is the potential for you selling their email, then you can even sell your email list to somebody else. Now, the thing about an email list is you can grow it, and on top of that, it has infinite growth. And if you were to ever change the business that you are running, you can take it with you as you start your new business, because all you simply have to do is email your list, inform them, hey, this business no longer exists anymore. However, I have this new venture. Would you still be interested in remaining on my list and learning about this topic or this particular venture? And then it goes with you no matter whether you're doing the same thing or not, because your email list is yours. So you, on top of having your email list to on the off chance that social media were to disappear, your social media following were to disappear for whatever reason, your account got shut down, got hacked, whatever, or the company for whatever reason just disappeared, then that email list that you have, you not only get to use it to talk to your audience about your current business, but as you decide to grow and do new things, it can carry with you. So you're not having to start over from scratch every time you want to start a new business. Because I know many of us, we want to have multiple businesses. We want multiple streams of income. For many of us, the point of starting our own business is to be financially free. And a big part of that that's often discussed is having multiple streams of income. And when you grow your email list, you can use it as long as you're being informative, as long as you're being honest to your followers who are on that list. Hey, this is what I'm doing now. Are you interested? Do you want to keep going? And then you have a base of people who are like, yeah, I want to learn about this new venture of yours, because they already support you over here, or they already support the first list that they signed up with you on. They sign up, they're like, yes, I want to be a part of this new venture that you're doing too. You already start this new venture with a list of people to sell to. So it makes it easier when you have an email list to do more and to create more businesses. Unlike a social media following where you can't just take all the people you have over here who signed up to be in this group or on this business page and say, oh, hey, by the way, we're no longer doing this anymore, so I'm just going to put you guys over here and join this thing. That's not going to go over very well. Now, you can change your business page name, you can change your group name, and you can inform everyone, about the new thing. And yes, some people will stay, some people will go, but it's not going to be the same. You're not going to get the same traction as through email when you build up your email list, because your email list, it's personal. Emails are personal to people. Those who, when you actually go through and you read your emails, it's almost like getting a letter in the mail during the snail mail days. I know I get really excited when I receive a personal email from people, or even just an email from somebody who I'm on the list of that I really love and believe in and support. So I actually enjoy going through my emails when I get the chance to. Um, okay, so now that's why you want a list. Let's go into those of you who are thinking, okay, I have a list though, but it's really small. So a lot of us we start off with a really small list. I'm going to be honest, my email list right now is probably at like 6. Mostly because I haven't been really working on building it for that long. And I started building it just before the holidays, and the holidays, they get in the way of things. But I've helped a lot of people write emails and create content to build their lists up. As a content creator, that's what I did. So when it comes to a small list, here's my advice. It really doesn't matter when it comes to a small list. The people's biggest question is that their list is small, so what do they talk about? You talk about the same things to a small list of people as you would if you had 100,000. And here's why. The people on your list don't know how big your list is. And whether you have 6 people or 100,000 people, it doesn't matter. Now, the only difference that I'm going to tell you that there should be between a list of 6 and a list of 100,000 is if you have 6 people, if you have a reasonable number of people that you could personally email yourself, that it wouldn't be a big taxing issue to have a template and then have 2 lines that you go in there and personalize to that individual who's on your list, do it. When your list is small, personalize each email that you send out. This will also save you from having to go through purchase a CRM or any of those extra tools, because if you're personally sending out the email, you don't need any of that. So I like the idea of, especially when you're first starting out, doing those simple individual emails, because also it builds relationships. And that's, hi Megan. And when you're building in the early stages of your business or your email list or any part of your building of your business, doing those personalized touches, like a personal email to someone who's on your list, helps build up that relationship, so that over time, even if they're not ready to purchase from you right now, once they're ready to purchase from you, you're going to be the only person that they think about purchasing from, because you took the extra step, made the extra effort to build that relationship with them. So, okay, we talked about that. So what should you send your list? And that gets back into what I was talking about at the very beginning of all this. There's the 4 different sequences, but what I want to ask you to think about when it comes to what you send your list is, what is your purpose for marketing your business? Who is your audience? And what are you selling? Before you write any type of copy, whether it's a social media post, a website page, a landing page, a sales page, an email, you need to know what your purpose is for sending this piece out into the world, who the audience is you are talking to in this piece, and you need to know what you are trying to sell to them. If you're even trying to sell anything to them, maybe you're educating them, maybe you're introducing yourself to them. Whatever the case may be, whatever you are trying to give or explain to that audience, whatever you want them to gain from you speaking with them through these words or through the video or whatever the content format is. Because this goes beyond this goes beyond the words. This goes into your videos, this goes into your images, everything you create surrounding your business. You need to know these three things. If you don't, then you're not going to have a successful marketing system or plan. So those three things again were, what is your purpose for marketing your business? Who is your audience? And what are you selling? And feel free, if you are watching this, to put those in the comments and tell me what your answer is to those questions for your business. Because by doing that, you're breathing it out into life. And also you're getting comments here on a platform so other people can see them too, which I think I talked about that on last Monday. But if I didn't, I'll do another lesson and we'll review that too. Actually, I'll review that on Friday when we do our review. Okay, so there's 4 reasons to email your list. And we mentioned that, and that's to introduce yourself, build the relationship between you and the members of your list. All new list members need to receive a welcome introductory post. When somebody comes onto your list, you need to send them something telling them who you are and thanking them for joining your list. And every 90 days of somebody being on your list, you want to reintroduce yourself and do another welcome post, because they may have forgotten about you. Maybe they didn't check their email or whatever the case may be. So because the sales cycle is on average 90 days. So for some people, it may be longer than others, but constantly keeping yourself in the front of mind of your clients and your customers and your list is ultimately what you want to do. And you want to be consistent about it. So, and we're going to get more into how often you need to be posting and sharing things and sending out emails on Wednesday. But for now, know that when you first get someone on your list, you want to email them, you want to introduce yourself and thank them for joining your list. And then every 90 days, you want to still be reaching out, making sure you're introducing yourself and that they know who you are, because we get so many emails that we forget who the people are and why we signed up for them in the first place. Okay, so just like your social media followers, your email list wants you to give them value. So when it comes to sharing value through your email list, this is where you want to share your long form content with them. It's a lot harder on social media to share that long form content because you're often having to send them outside of the social media platform. And most social media platforms don't like that. They want to keep, like all websites, they want to keep people on their page. So when it comes to email, you don't want them to necessarily stay in the email. You want them to go to your sites. You want them to go to your website. You want them to go to your YouTube channel. You want them to go to your podcast. You want them to go somewhere else so that they are connecting further with you and building that relationship up and getting used to clicking on things for your business. So when it comes to giving value, this is the biggest place for you to share your long form content with your following. So what is long form content? For those of you who haven't necessarily followed my blog on my business page, LeanneMintonVirtualAssistants.com, on my blog, I talk a lot about long form content. As a content creator and copywriter, I do a lot of long form content for my clients. I write blog posts, I write website pages, landing pages. I haven't written any video scripts for anyone, but that would be technically a form of long form content that I might write. ebooks are long form content. Um, all of those things that are long in format and give lots and lots and lots of value. So what your long form content would be, it would be your blog, it would be your podcast, your YouTube videos, your live videos, your ebooks, your books, whatever it is you have that is a long format that you regularly produce and send out or have for people to go and peruse and read, watch, or listen to. That is your long form content. It is what you are consistently putting out for your followers to consume. So you want to share your value by building content, and you want to share that content with your growing email list. And also, you can utilize some of that long form content. You can utilize that long form content to build your email list as well. So when you write a blog post, when you do a podcast, when you do a video, put a call to action in at the bottom to have people join your newsletter, to join your email list. Because when you do that, people have already found this long form content of yours by other means, right? Maybe they found you on Pinterest, they found you on some other form of social media. It all kind of goes together, you guys. And it's this big cycle. So somebody finds you from one of these places, they join your list, and then now they're getting reminders of when you're producing new material, and they're going back and they're returning to your site. That's the point of long form content. That's the point of an email list. The email list is to get people to go back and come back to your site over and over and over again, connecting with you and building that relationship up. All these things that we've been talking about for the last week, they all play into each other. Your email list is basically like the center point. It's both the beginning and the end to the marketing cycle for you. Okay, so talk about value. Okay, how often you email your list. Okay, so we're going to discuss that on Wednesday. I've had that's questions popped up a lot, but that question pops up for everything. How often do you email? And every email, I'm going to tell you this though, what every email should include is a call to action, whether it's to read a post, watch a video, listen to a podcast, like a page, or purchase a product or service. Be sure to include a call to action in every email. And that goes back to what we were talking about on Friday, where every single one of your social media posts should include a call to action. So should your emails. And going beyond that, all of your long form content, every single piece of content you create should have a call to action, a place for your potential clients and customers to know where to go next, to know how to continue to build that relationship with you, to know how to purchase from you, to know how to work with you, because ultimately that is the goal. The goal is to build and nurture relationships in order for people to be confident and trust you enough to purchase from them. And the more often they're clicking, the more often you can convince them to click on your material and your stuff, and the more often that they get added information from that, the more they're going to get comfortable for clicking when it comes to purchasing from you. Okay. So now we're going to talk about the final purpose of an email. So we've talked about, let me just do a quick review. We talked about building relationships through your email. We talked about giving value through your email. We talked about your call to actions in your email. And we talked about why to have an email list. And we talked about how it fits in this whole cycle of marketing, in that it is both the beginning and the end. It is where everything begins and starts getting people to consume your content, as well as utilizing a piece of long form content to get people onto your list so that they're constantly coming back and returning to you, even if it's not through social media, or even if social media were to go down, they have a way to connect and reach out to and with you. So the final purpose of an email is when so people are going to purchase from you, right? Whether you sell a product or service, people are going to pay you money to do something. When you have a client or a customer who purchases something from you, you want to thank them for supporting you. You want to send them an email letting them know you appreciate them. And a few days after that, you want to send them another email after they've either received their purchase, because I know some of you do product sales, so it might be a little bit of time before they actually receive their item after they've made the initial purchase of the item. And if you're in services, it may be a little bit of time before before the service is complete, before is complete or finished. So during that process, you eventually want to come back after you've done your initial thank you of their purchase. You want to send them another email, and you want to thank them again for their purchase, and you want to ask them what they thought about the service or what they thought about the product. And you want to ask them how you can improve or do better, to leave you a review on your pages so that you can build up trust factor with others who are still thinking about purchasing from you. Plus, on top of that, you are providing excellent customer service and an excellent customer experience. Because if that person does have an issue with the product or the service, they now have a way to inform you and tell you about it so that you can fix it. And so customer service is the way you serve your customers. It's how you respond when something is wrong or when they need something and they can't find something. Now, the customer experience is the process that the customer goes through as when they are getting ready to purchase from you, or when they are going through the purchase process with you. So the customer experience, when you send them that thank you email, you are giving to the customer experience in that you are giving them a way to connect with you and understand more about you, your processes, and also let you know, hey, I didn't like this. This was not helpful. Or I noticed that you have a glitch over here on your site because I tried to do this and it didn't work. And you might want to look into fixing it. By sending them that thank you and asking for that review, you're getting added information on how you can improve in your own business. And honestly, I think that is probably one of the most important reasons for you to have an email list, because you can ask your audience for information. You can ask them about what they want. You can do market research, and people are going to be a lot more comfortable doing that through an email than they are posting on blast in social media for the entire world to see. So when you utilize email marketing properly, you not only build relationships, you learn what your audience wants and how to better serve them. You also provide an excellent customer experience and provide optimum customer service. I had a number of questions surrounding how to make your emails stand out. However, I've provided you all with so much information today. I think that needs to be a completely different lesson. So if you all want a lesson specifically on headlines and making your emails stand out, leave a hashtag headlines lesson in the comments, please. Your I'm going to give you your homework here in just a moment, but I wanted to say, you guys, that all of this, everything we've been talking about, it's it's about building up your business, creating that content that that makes you feel good, but also that supports and helps your audience. And I've really, really enjoyed putting this course on for all of you. And it's been nice having you all show up. I see lots of names popped up through while I was talking the last 30 minutes. I'm sorry I didn't say hi to everyone. I kind of just wanted to make sure I got all the information out there. I will be posting a blog post and the homework sheet later, either later tonight or during the day tomorrow. I have to finish writing them up or typing them up. They're like written down in my notebook, but I have to get them on the computer. So, excuse me. Also, I'm going to be doing a live series on email marketing on my business page during the months of February and March. So if I didn't get to a question that some of you had in this live video, just let me know in the comments what those questions were, especially if you're catching this on replay. Do hashtag replay and then let me know what questions you had. And I will make sure that I answer them. If I don't answer them directly in the comments, I will be sure to tag you when I do the video directly answering that question. So your homework. All right. So the homework for this lesson is I want you to write 3 swipe emails, and a swipe email is essentially an email template. I want you to write 1 introductory email. I want you to introduce yourself to your email list. And then the second email, I want you to create an email template that requests your audience to check out your long form content. So if you have a podcast, a blog, you do videos, whatever you do for long form content, create an email asking your audience to go check that out. And then the third one is I want you to do a thank you. Write a thank you email template to your customers for their purchase and ask them for a review. It's one of the biggest things that's going to help you get more clients is for them to see that you have reviews on your pages. While we don't want to depend solely on our social media following, it is very helpful. So having people write reviews for you that you can either post on your social media or having them write directly onto your social media platforms, their reviews of you is extremely, extremely important. Okay, so yeah, those are the 3 emails. The introduce yourself, check out your long form content, and the thank you. And the post and the homework sheet, it's going to go up hopefully either late this evening, early tomorrow morning, because I'm a night owl. I stay up past midnight. So hopefully it'll go up by then. At the latest, it will be up by no later than noon tomorrow. And then on Wednesday, we are going to discuss how often you should be posting for all of your different platforms. And on Friday, we're going to do a review of everything. And I might have some additional tips that I may have missed or skipped over during all of our discussions. So thank you so much for showing up if you did. And to everyone who catches this on replay, please let me know you did so in the comments. This was a very long video, and I'm so happy I was able to put it together for all of you. And I love you. Bye.